আসসালামু আলাইকুম সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি টাচলাইন পাওয়ার্ড বাই অরিজিন ফুডে। আমাদের সাথে আজকে প্রথম এপিসোডে রয়েছেন উজায়ের চৌধুরী। উজায়ের আমাদের আন্ডার 19 টিমের গোলকিপার। তবে যারা এখনো উজায়েরকে ভালোভাবে চেনেন না তাদের জন্য উজায়ের প্লিজ ইন্ট্রোডিউস ইউরসেলফ।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমি উজের চৌধুরী। আমার বয়স হলো 16 আমি এখন এদিকে তে খেলতেছি। আমার টাইম তে ছিল। আমি এদিকে from 9 years old I was playing, and then I got a message from one of an agency in Bangladesh that goes by the name Confiaza. So I reached out to them and they messaged to me that we love your skill. They saw my highlight reel. They really loved the way I play, and they invited me for a trial with the Bangladesh under 19 national team during that time. It was in April. So I came in April. I gave my trial, but since I was a bit young at that time, they didn't consider me. But they loved my play style, and they said they would call me later on. But that experience was really good with the 19 national team. But right
Yes.
now, I'm playing my club here in UAE.
Yes. Can you please talk a bit about your club?
My club right now, it's in the division in the youth level, it's in the division one. But whereas in the main club, it hasn't officially started. But in the youth, yeah, it is a club here officially. They have three squads: under 16, under 19, and under 21. I'm currently playing in the under 19 squad.
Okay, great. So, Uzai, how did your journey started with football? And like, well, how was the start? When did you thought that, okay, I'm gonna be a footballer? As your age, you're still very young. And at this age, most of the Bangladeshi people, they don't even think about a career path, but you are right now a professional. So how did you started your career?
Okay, so firstly, when I was small, I used to always go to the parks near my area. I used to play there football. I didn't actually start as a goalkeeper. I think nobody ever starts as a goalkeeper. I started out playing in defense, everywhere, just everywhere. And then finally, slowly, I started to see the position of goalkeeper and I really liked it and it was really interesting. And then finally, from the year 2022, right after COVID 2023, I took goalkeeping seriously. So I started personal training here. I started with the club here. Alhamdulillah, I was training seriously. I went to club trials. People noticed me. People looked after me, and they took me in. And yeah, I've been playing in. I've lived in UAE my whole life. I come Bangladesh for vacation sometimes, but I've been playing in UAE my whole life. And Alhamdulillah, this year in April, I got the chance to come to Bangladesh for the under 19. But I've been playing in UAE my whole life. I started out as a defense, as a midfielder, but later on, from 2023, I took goalkeeping seriously.
Great, we could see that there is a lot of like different transition you have gone through already. So as you are quite young and we know that you're taking your studies as well. So how can take me through your day? Like how does your normal day go with your education and your training clubs and everything?
Okay, so on a school day, it would look really busy. So I would have to wake up in the morning, go to school. And then for school, we also have trainings for the school team. So we have morning training. And then after that, we head on to school, focus on school. And then after school, we have, we have training after school. So I have school trainings too, along with club training. So on a school day is really busy. I have to maintain with my studies, my school trainings. And then in the evening, I have club. So the club system here is really nice and really well built. The UE footballing youth system, I would say, is one of the best in the world. They provide a good money if you are playing good. They provide transport. If you need accommodation, they will provide that too. But UE youth system is one of the best. But on a weekend, I'd say weekend is usually the match days. So we have to prepare ourselves a lot for the match days. And tomorrow morning is my match day. So hopefully I can do good there. But yeah, so weekend are usually match days. So Friday is usually the rest day, the day before the match. So we get to rest up, and Saturday is the match. But during school days, it's just training and studies.
Okay, so Uzai, like lots of people here wants to know about your family background, like especially the origin players that's playing not right now. Not all of their parents, both of the parents, they're not from Bangladesh. There are lots of cases here. But what about your family? How's your connection with Bangladesh like?
So my family, I was born in Bangladesh, in Chittagong. My both my parents are from Chittagong, Bangladesh. So I wasn't born anywhere. I was born in Bangladesh, but I came to UAE when I was 1 year old, and I've been living my life ever since. So I have the Bangladeshi passport. I don't have any other passport. So it's just I've been representing Bangladesh since I was small. There was no case for me. It's just both my parents are Bangladeshi. I didn't have to apply for any visa or anything. I'm Bangladeshi since I was born.
I see that. So that was the kickoff round, guys. That was the first round when you guys have to know, you guys got to know about Uzeyer. Now we get to the second part. So this is the second part of the segment that's called second half. So Uzeyer, you know, in the second half, the game goes to the deep. So we are now gonna talk through your career and everything. That's gonna go to deep. Some big questions coming up for you. So we're gonna start with Uzeyer. So how did your passion for goalkeeping started, and why the position goalkeeping? Why did you choose it?
So for me, goalkeeping was a really easy option. I saw the way goalkeepers play, the way they jump, the way they dive to save goals. Goalkeepers are the ones that can save a team, even when the team is playing bad. So I feel like that is a big pressure to take, and I love taking pressure. So that's where my passion from goalkeeping came, and I slowly started training, and I became in love with this position. And I feel like goalkeeper, when you are a goalkeeper, you have the choice in your hands to either save a team or destroy a team. And I always want to save a team, so that's why I became a goalkeeper. And the pressure is just so much, and I love taking pressure. So yeah.
I see that. I see that you're very impassioned about this. And one thing I want to ask you, like, as you're a goalkeeper, what do you think is the major factor to be a goalkeeper? Some say that it's the reflexes. Some say that you need a very good height. But we have seen lots of goalkeepers who have done great without all these attributes too. So, what is the main attribute that comes for a goalkeeper for you?
See, I'm not that big of a goalkeeper now, but I want to in the future, inshallah. But I'd say is discipline and the mental side. The mental side can take you to a very far place in football. Doesn't matter your height, your free reflexes. These are things you can work on. But the mental side, it comes with discipline. And if you can work on your mental side, you can go take your career somewhere far. Doesn't matter your nationality, politics, nothing. Your mental side can take you to a far place.
Exactly.
I'd say
So,
I'd say
like,
the I'd say the I'd say the mental side is far like superior than the reflexes and the saves.
was I when you got called up for the camp? Like, I want to ask you, how was the feeling? Like, how did you got through this feeling? And one more thing is that when you joined the camp, how was the camp? Your teammates and everything. Take me through that.
So at first, it was a process that was being told to me from January. So from January, they kept me excited. They said that we're gonna try for you, and we're gonna contact the federation to see how it is. So I was really excited from them, but I didn't know it was gonna go through because it was a really small chance, and a lot of origin players from thence wanted to go through. So it was a really hard opportunity. So during the March time, I finally got the message from the federation that they are calling me for a trial with the under 19 national team, and I was so excited. It was, I think, during Eid. Yeah, during Eid. So
Yes.
it was like an Eid gift for me. So I went home. I immediately started packing. I let my coaches know. They all were so happy. And yeah, so as soon as I landed in Bangladesh, I stayed with my uncle. It was a really good experience, and I went directly to. During that time, the preliminary camp, we were training in Komlapur. It was in the I it was in one of those stadiums near yeah, in Komlapur. So no, not Komlapur. Komlapur was where we were staying, and we were training in the Sheikh Jamal ground. So that's where I met the other three players, Elman, Farzad, and Kadir. These three were the nicest guys I've met. But along with that, the Bangladeshi players also were really nice. I loved them. They all came to really hard backgrounds, and I loved their hard work, their effort, their dedication. We're none different than them. We all are the same. It's just that who can play on the pitch and who can impress. But I feel like my connection with the 19 national team players are still there. I still communicate with them. And of course, with my three brothers, Elman, Farzan, and Kala, I still talk with them daily on a daily basis. So yeah, Alhamdulillah, it was a really good experience. I'm just sad I couldn't make it through.
Okay, it's I can see that you are very disappointed that you were not in the final score, but best of luck for you. I hope you could be in there, in not in only the national youth league system, in the national team as well, as you have got the potential. So my question now would be: you have trained in UAE, and you are doing that on regular basis, and you have came to Bangladesh as well. So as I am known that you guys were offered a very good facilities, but obviously there is a very good difference between these two. So how do you see that difference? What do you think that Bangladesh needs to improve, and how do you like differentiate these two countries?
First of all, I'd say is the pitch facilities. When we were training in Sheikh Jamal ground during that time for under 19, I'd say the pitch was really bad condition. But whereas the player quality was exceptional. So I feel like these exceptional players need high facilities or else they won't grow. Whereas in UAE, you can go to your local park and you'll find a good pitch. Whereas I'm training in the high facilities here, but over here you can go to a local park and you'll find a good pitch. For a system of football to grow around the country, you need to make facilities available everywhere. Bangladesh doesn't have that. So that's why you don't see that many players locally go from Bangladesh, or if they do grow, they're not that good. But the talent we have in Bangladesh is the love they have for football is so good. Whereas in UAE, the facilities, the recovery rooms, starting from gyms, everything is top class, top class. And I feel like if Bangladesh can implement this system, Bangladesh will go to a new level of football.
As guys, we have seen that what Uzai has trying to say, that our facilities is not top notch, but our players are, and in terms of developing their potential to the peak, so we have to improve our facilities. So Uzai, one question I want to ask you, that since you have gone through this, that how was the coaching system in Bangladesh? What do you think about this? Like, what are your thoughts on this, as you have seen the both sides of the coin?
So the coaching system in UAE is really professional. These guys have their A licenses, B license, even at the academy levels. At the youth level, they all mostly have the pro licenses. So the way they coach is just different. You feel like you're in a professional environment. Whereas in Bangladesh, I feel like it could have improved a bit more because the coaches there didn't have maybe their coaching was good, but they didn't have the official certificates. And not only that, they had a little bit favoritism. So since we were new players, they didn't really look into us that much, but they were telling the media that they were, and they were giving not that like good training. But I feel like if they can work towards the licenses and like good like environment for the like for the coaching certificates, then they can be a good coach. But whereas in UAE, you can go to the academies and the youth teams, and everyone is like you're in a professional environment. But whereas in Bangladesh, you can see the pro league teams that they don't even have the official certificates, or even if they do have, it's at a very low level. So I feel like if Bangladesh can improve on this, again, like I said, Bangladesh will go to a new level of football.
Oh, yeah, I see that, as you have talked about a very crucial point right there, talking about the licensing of the coaches. And that's obviously very important. The professionalism is top in all the different leagues. And even as UAE is not the country that is the like the top country in terms of football, but
Exactly.
still they're working on their facilities, their everything they have got. So so one thing that I want to ask you, that might be a bit controversial on your answer, but one thing that I want to ask you, that if you were in charge, like what's one change that you make that could change the Bangladesh football? Like one change, one option that you have got. You have got all the authorities behind you, backing you. So what one change would be?
Firstly, I wouldn't look at the players. The first big change I would make is invest heavily to the facilities of football in Bangladesh. This is the major change I would make.
Exactly. I see you are going through that facility system in UAE, and you want to replicate that here as well. And so one thing that I want to ask you, that how is everything going in UAE right now? And obviously, as you have mentioned before, that your club hasn't started yet professionally on senior level. So where do you see your career in next 5 to 10 years? How do you see it developing? Where do you want to go?
So me personally, I am only focusing on my development right now. But as soon as I grow in the next 2 3 years, I plan on playing in low divisions, or maybe if I get the chance in higher divisions abroad, Europe, Asia, South America, North America, and these type of countries. And like you said, next 5 10 years with Allah, inshallah, and my personal growth, and if I'm willing to put in the sacrifices and the work, then inshallah I see myself playing in the top leagues in one of the in all over the world, not only in Asia, Europe, but inshallah in the next 5 10 years I see myself playing in the top league in one of the big countries, inshallah.
Inshallah, Uzai, best luck and best wishes with you. So right now we have finished the second half as well. So now is the injury time. That's the crucial time. You know that things go fast right here. The game could change. So it's kind of rapid fire. So Uzai, we're gonna start. So who's your favorite player?
For me it's Casillas.
So who's your favorite Bangladeshi player?
Hamza Choudhury.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. So, as you have already mentioned it, Iker Casillas, so I'm not gonna ask you about your idol. So, I'm assuming he's your idol, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite club, Uzai?
Manchester City.
Manchester City. I see. So, who is the dream coach that you dream of playing under?
If he is still coaching, then Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola. I see that Manchester City connection very well. So, who do you support, Mohammedan or Abu Hani?
Me personally, I like Abahani more.
Okay, I see that. So, what would you rather save, a penalty or one on one?
A penalty. Penalty.
A a free kick or a corner?
Free kick.
So, one last question before we leave. What's your favorite national team to support?
Of course, it's Bangladesh. But
I'm saying apart from that, yes, yes,
if I'd pick any other country than Bangladesh, I would say France.
France. So,
But if I
one
had to
one
pick
more question.
between Brazil, if I had to pick between Brazil and Argentina, I'd pick Argentina.
Okay, I see. You know that culture, football culture that we go through here
Uh,
very well. So, one thing that you have spent a very good time with the the under 19 camp. So from that camp, who is your best friend? Like, who's your best friend or favorite player, whatever you say?
from the origin player, I'd say it's Elman. And from the Bangladeshi players, I'd say he's a backup goalkeeper. He was the second goalkeeper for the 19. It was Nahidul. He was a really nice guy. He took me to everything. He showed me how the system here works. He helped me in every way possible. I really love that guy. He was in the squad. He was the backup goalie.
Yeah, I see. So if you could run back the time and you go back to the time where you started in Bangladesh, so everything went through. So if you could have like changed everything, you could have managed everything in that. So what would you change that could have changed the result later on? Because I know that, and everyone watching knows that that group that went on the under 19, they were the like most highly rated group till now. I would say that very highly talented group, and coming with Farzad after Ilman Motin and Abdul Qadir, everybody. So that was very good group, but they did not meet our expectation. And obviously, as our fan groups, Origin Food, and all the other fan groups, they have been telling that the coaches has not been the top tier, and even on the national team, we are seeing that we are not very convinced with the coaching panel. And so as we are on the national team sector, so how is your expectation for the next game ahead? You know that's a big game, South Asian derby. So how are you looking forward to that?
I feel like if all the origin players that are there can start the game for us, hopefully, because whenever they don't start the game or they come on as a sub, they show exceptional performances. So I feel like if the coach can start up with a good lineup, and the good lineup, we mean all the Zayan, Cuba, Shamit, Hamza. If I feel like they can start the game, because they will start the game really well. If they can, I feel like we won't only win, but we will destroy India.
Inshallah. I hope
Inshallah.
that happens. And one thing that, what would be the lineup you would put against India? You could choose your favorite formation. You could do whatever you want. What's your favorite preferred lineup?
Firstly, I think Mitul has not been performing for the goal recently, so I'd put Sarabon in.
Okay, Strabon as a
Okay, because
goalkeeper. Great.
Sarabon, though he makes some mistakes in the recent under 23 Bangladesh, he played really exceptional, so I put Sarabon.
Yes.
Then I
Okay.
start with Kazi and Topu,
Okay. Kazi and
and
Turpi Bowman. Okay.
and then in the left I put Zayan, and right I put Tajuddin,
Yes, I see.
and then
Fullback sorted.
in the midfield I would put Shamit in number six, Hamza, and Cuba.
Samit, Hamza, and Cuba. So you're going with a front three, I see. So what will be your front three then?
My front three would be hmm, my right wing would be Morsalin. My left
Okay.
wing would be Fahim. And
Okay.
striker, I think we should give the underrated guy a chance because, again, in the under 23, he performed exceptional. His name is Arman Faisal Akash. He's a really good player.
Yeah, yeah. I see. So, so one last question after eh, if after that we wrap up this, and this is one another question that's on your personal choices. So your dream lineup, it could be anybody from this world, anybody retiring or playing, anybody. So you could choose your team ahead.
Okay, firstly, I put Casillas in goal. And then for the defense line, I put Maldini and company. And then for the right back, I would put Dani Alves, and then for the left back, I would put Marcelo. For my middle three, I'd put Kevin De Bruyne, I'd put Zinedine Zidane, and Kante. And then for my front three would be Messi, Ronaldo, and striker, I'd love Kun Aguero.
Okay. So, guys, that was the time that we have spent with Uzair. So, Uzair, thank you so much for joining us
Welcome.
today. Hope we didn't interrupt you before the game day. Tomorrow is game day. Best of luck for your game.
Thank
And,
you.
guys, all of us, guys, I hope you guys see us again in another video. We have got something new coming for you after this, too. So, goodbye till then. Uzai, if you have anything to say for our audience, you could go ahead.
I just want to say thank you guys for having me, and inshallah, together with the help of the Bangladeshi people that love football, we can take Bangladesh to another level. Inshallah.
Inshallah, let Uzai's dream be true. And guys, that was it from our side. Peace.
Okay.